Always loving local music on Informante Radio. That's the birthday boy, Maps Double P, featuring Tequila and Susie Aces with Ohole Yoye.
Hey, Susie.
Yes,
Susie Aces.
Ooh, Susie.
First and foremost, good morning, everybody out there.
So, you can the Damara artist, you can the 12 bamboos of song.
Next, yeah. Susie is my gal.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that saxophone?
Yeah.
Eish.
I think the last time
Saxophone,
why?
Not sex on the phone, saxophone.
Woo. Mind in the gutter. So var. I think the last official event I was hosting before this lockdown was with Susie.
Ah, okay.
And we were talking so much that night about things that we want to do this year and stuff that we want to do, and shows we want to host, and here we are.
I'm trying to push the volume up here.
And here we are. The volume is up here.
Yeah, somebody fidgeted with the knobs here yesterday, so I got them opgestoot. But in any case, we say good morning and of course welcome you guys. I remember I met Susie Aces when I think I was in-house DJ at D Club back in the day. And the one night we had her in the studio, so me and say, hey man, you
guys.
Yeah. Yeah, the regular club music, and then she would be playing the saxophone along with whatever it is that we are jamming. So she would just freestyle. That was actually a very, very dope experience.
Few events with her, and I like how she, even that she can team up with basically and blend that jazzy or kwaito or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's very, very, very cool.
Sounds very good, yes.
She's very talented, I must say.
Dope. Wednesday. Wat the dag is vandaag woensdag? Nee, how's the Wednesday morning?
Julle noem het mos hump day.
Ladies' night. Ladies' night at home. Where?
So, yeah, we need to quickly touch on this issue of the taxis. So you took a taxi again this morning?
Yeah, I got in a cab.
Okay, and what was the price?
I still. Yeah. I see. In the stock. The decision was sort of approved by the minister yesterday.
Sort of.
Minister Mutora. And
Mutora all works in transport, okay?
Yes. And they say they thought about it and they deliberated and all these fancy words that they are using.
And they came to the conclusion
that the burden of all of these losses must go to the households. The households who are losing money, most of them, their salaries have either been cut, some of them have lost their salaries altogether. All the other expenses for them have gone up. And by the way, for the drivers, fuel prices have come. Even Minister Aloendo of Mines and Energy made sure that burden is shared between the service stations and the drivers, so as to not harm the commuters too much.
Yeah.
And here come these Slim Owens and other besluit. Yep, we're making losses. It's actually kind of a weird basis to base your decision on.
Is there any indication, Cubase, as to when this will be implemented?
You know what? I was reading the story or the insert in the Namibian newspaper, and at some point they just sort of veered off and started talking about percentage of disposable income and how much they spend on transport, households and stuff. So they never, unless I kind of missed the date of implementation, I don't think there's a solid one at the moment, or maybe there is that I just don't know about.
Let's quickly talk sport.
Yes.
Before we get into the mix of things.
Before Maria gets here.
Before Maria gets here.
Let's sneak it in.
Let's sneak in some sport. So it's official. The Bundesliga is starting
This weekend.
this weekend.
Yeah.
For me to watch Bundesliga football is like being a regular Windhoek lager drinker. Now I have to drink Zamalek.
Doof, 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 doof.
But for the sake of just drinking a beer, I must now just drink beer. Okay? So I've missed soccer so much.
that you're not going to watch.
Ek sal maar net kyk. Ja. Das is nog nie 'n ander storie nou. Huh?
I don't. There are some players, of course, who have been linked to my team through the rumor mill. So I'm curious, at least, to see that there are also some Barca players who are on loan at some clubs in the Bundesliga. So that's maybe going to be a bit of an encouragement for me to sit and watch my.
We have Coutinho
Yeah, at Bayern.
at Bayern Munich, whose career has basically gone south since he joined Barca.
Yeah.
And I think it was Rivaldo, the legend Rivaldo, the Brazilian footballer.
Yeah. He's also a Barca club legend.
Yeah, he's a Barca club legend. And he said the other day, you know what? He feels very sorry for Coutinho because Coutinho is the one player who would have made it at Barca. But this large, looming image of Messi
But I don't
is
think.
just preventing him from.
I don't think that was it.
Then what was it?
Look, Coutinho is not the flamboyant type, right? He's one of those quiet kids in the locker room who wants to go about his
sit.
business.
Yeah, yeah, said that. So
Yes.
we talk about soccer.
Yeah, so I think the issue was obviously if you're moving to a new club, new culture. I mean, he has played for Espanyol earlier in the day.
Who?
Coutinho. He was on loan, I think, during his days at Inter. They loaned him to Espanyol for one season, so he's not unfamiliar with the city of Barcelona.
Haba.
But then it's a whole different, a whole different lifestyle, a whole different way of play, and you need sort of a mentor. You need somebody like a Sir Alex who can take you under his wing, or one of these strong managers. Valverde was useless.
Ay, toch. Are we?
You know what Malcolm said, right? Malcolm is that Brazilian that we
I know.
hijacked from Roma and then never played him and then sold him on to
Yes.
Zenit St. Petersburg. or
Malcolm,
whatever.
yes.
Malcolm was saying, like, since he joined Barca, up until the time he left, they only trained for like 40-45 minutes a day. And you wonder why the players are always injured. A professional team of Barca's level training
45 minutes.
45 minutes a day.
No, that's very little. You need at
Exactly.
least 2 hours of training.
Valverde would just let them do their thing. Okay, guys, you know what to do. Go do your thing. And then he just stands there
That cheap.
like the clueless idiot that he was. I'm so happy he's gone, guys. But I think under different management he could still regain his form.
You just need to come back to the Premier League, and we will wait for you, Coutinho.
If
We'll wait
you
for
guys have the money, you can have him.
I would love for Coutinho to come to Arsenal.
100
Definitely.
million. You guys have been linked with Icardi.
We've been linked with players, and you would just see these players just basically just slap Arsenal's hands and say, "Listen, there's no way that I'm going to join a Mickey Mouse club like yourself."
No, but if Arteta has a special enough project, he can attract.
Yeah, at this
some
moment,
people, yeah.
all the players that we've been linked to normally go to Chelsea. That's it.
But Chelsea is a smaller club than you guys.
Not at this stage. Historically, we are the bigger club,
Yes,
but for the last 10 years, Chelsea has been
the image has grown, but they're still a smaller club. Look, for instance, United is still a bigger club than City, even though they
you're right.
Yeah, that's
you're right.
that's just it's one of those things that you just can't take away from them.
I hear what you say.
And that allure, if you have, I guess also some of the younger players maybe would be more attracted to a long-term project than trying to come into a team where you have to perform and you have to win things immediately. if you can sell that kind of dream, okay, we want to put you next to who in midfield, we
Yeah.
want to try and get who and who. I'm sure, maybe you can land some.
So, in conclusion, the 1st of June is we have the Premier League slotted for the 1st of June.
You think so?
I hope so. So that you can be put in your place. Finally.
It's fine. Like,
Yeah.
La Liga is starting on the 12th. I don't really care about about the Premier League.
No, I really just want Liverpool to finish the season,
Yeah.
win the next 2 games, whether it's with a empty stadium or not. I don't care.
Guys,
Let them win.
Let me give you this. Let me ask you. Say the league resumes. Actually, Maria, come man. I'm tired of talking to Neville now. The league resumes, right?
Come, Maria, come.
Liverpool plays their 2 games.
You have a history of a little soccer, I know.
Yeah.
The stadium.
She's been at the No Camp and I haven't. Pretty girl privilege.
So, what did you want to say in brief, quickly,
Yes.
about Liverpool?
Yes, and you know, like some countries are experiencing like sort of a second wave, or there are complications. Some players get
Infected.
get infected,
Yeah.
and they have to call off the games again, or cancel, whatever the situation may be. But now we are sitting with a situation where Liverpool has already secured the title.
What do you think about it, Maria?
Come on, bravo.
Maria,
Oh, man.
listen. As much as we learn a lot from you when it comes to politics and stuff like this. So, okay, Liverpool, okay, act like you are interested. Okay, Liverpool is on the verge of becoming Premier League champions for the first time in 30 years. They have 2 games to win.
Maria looks like she's busy making her shopping list in her head while you are
No,
talking.
basically, okay. 2 games to win, yes.
They need 2 games
Yes.
to win the league.
Yes.
So the player haters like Cubase and all these Manchester United supporters, they wanted COVID-19 to stop soccer completely so that the season can be declared null and void. So luckily, the English Premier League decided that the league needs to restart.
Yes, of course.
There's about 9 or 10 games left. Liverpool only needs to win 2 games. Just so you know.
And they're crown champions.
And
So
then
what
they
is the
are.
argument?
No, the argument here is that this one didn't want the league to continue, okay, because he's got issues against Liverpool. I'm not a Liverpool supporter. I just want Liverpool to win their first league in over 30 years.
They
So that
they
because
haven't won a
deserve
league
it.
since we got independence.
So why don't you just let them prove it?
But then look, the other risk. There are other risks involved here.
Bueno.
Even some of the players are not really comfortable with coming back to come play football under these circumstances. When a player at Arsenal tested positive, a player at Newcastle test positive, a player at who, so people become also uncertain. It's like, okay, but then I'm going to have to, and you know how, imagine how these guys be spitting and doing all these things on the pitch. You can most use it on the soccer flag.
Not true.
Now imagine in this COVID-19 environment, it's a bit uncomfortable.
No, but isn't the argument for when it resumes, like when things are fine to resume? That you
No,
just
but they want to
continue?
resume now. Because obviously in August, next year's season, or the next season is supposed to start. So they want to finish everything now, so they're ready for the new season.
All right.
Instead of just cancelling and just getting ready for the new season. We already declared Liverpool winners
Yeah, then
in January.
Yeah,
Even us
no, I
haters.
agree. If you just want to start a new season, that's all right. Liverpool moet sterk wees.
You know what, Maria? Let's not torture you. Let me throw something at you.
You were really holding up there.
Was that a good opinion?
No, that's a good opinion.
Yes, Mos.
Maria,
Yes.
No, this is more
I
up your
love-
alley. Hello, man, Los. This is more up Maria's alley. In the wake of the global COVID-19 pandemic, sex workers at the northern border town of Oshikango, who depend mostly on patrons making their way through the border, are struggling to survive. Many have been confined to their lodgings, leaving them wondering where their next meal will come from. Sex workers have also been struggling to cope with mental health issues and physical well-being. This industry is still not regulated, right?
Sorry, who wrote that article?
This is on the front page of the Namibian newspaper.
Let me see the picture.
Hileni Nembwaya.
Let me see. Is that a picture of sex workers in Oshikango, or what is the caption?
I don't know if it's basically just a file picture.
It says, no clients faced with the uncertainty of when life will return back to normal. Many commercial sex workers at Oshikango are struggling to get clients amidst the social distancing regulations. It's kind of difficult to, sell that product when you have to stay away from people.
No, I'm just saying, I don't like sometimes that the sex worker stories are like just fodder for media. And I say this because I did a very in-depth interview where I actually walked around with the sex workers in Oshikango specifically. But that was for Insight magazine at the time. It was like a real in-depth feature where I went with one girl, and from the time she's getting ready, and this was when Oshikango was booming.
How long ago was it?
Oh, it's a few years ago, man.
10?
Must have, about 10 years ago. It was before I was a mother, so it was around that time. But from the time she's doing her makeup and getting ready going to the... the struggle was that most people thought I was also a sex worker in the trade, so you have to navigate that space because you are undercover, so you also can't be like, because I'm a journalist, just by mere association that I'm with this girl, obviously people are going to assume I'm a sex worker. But one thing that came out, so I kept in touch with this girl after obviously I published my article, just maintained some contact with her. And the sex worker industry already, this COVID-19 might be putting more pressure on it, but the Oshikango sex work trade already suffered years ago when the economical decline there. It's because it's literally a ghost town. And I'm talking about 5 years ago. So it's not
a new story.
A new story, but also the fact that, and I remember when this was happening, I called this girl and I checked in with her. And she's like, and I think at the time one of the other dailies had a story about it. And she's like, these people don't really talk to us. It's just the thing of everybody knows Oshikango to be like a sex worker's playground. And then they just go with that. Says it hasn't been a sex worker's playground in years because truck drivers, it's not like a lot of trucks are coming through that border anymore. It's not like there's a lot of activity. So a lot of sex workers, they have either had to find other type of businesses to do or have alternatively moved to other towns where they can continue the trade. But it's not like sex work is still like a lucrative business. It hasn't been a lucrative business in Oshikango for years. So if there are 2 or 3 people still in the trade, or maybe more, yes, they would be burdened, but it hasn't been lucrative for years.
But I actually have noticed that there, especially now since we went into lockdown, a lot of things are sort of being painted as a problem caused by COVID-19 when some of them are things that have been coming for a long time.
I remember a few months ago before the lockdown when I was in Cape Town, and I was driving with a friend of mine down, who's a lawyer in Cape Town, down Barrow in the Belleville area, and there's this road called Voortrekker Road. So we're driving down.
Monopoly.
Voortrekkerweg. So he starts and he's very familiar with a lot of the prostitutes down,
sex workers.
Sex workers. What's the difference?
It's not PC anymore to say prostitutes.
It's not
politically correct.
It's not PC anymore.
PC is politically correct. Yeah.
Politically correct. Okay. So, and he was speaking to some of the sex workers down there, and he said, "My broer," and he started speaking to this one girl. It was very funny. She said, "No, my man, I'm telling you." The economy has hit us so bad, I'm telling you. I'm charging 50 rand now, where I used to charge 600 rand an hour. So 50 rand is what I have to do for an hour now. But I have no choice, I have no choice. So yeah, I think the economy in general has been
Declining for a while.
It's been declining for a while.
No, it is.
So
What's the right contracting? What's the word that they normally use?
Yeah.
It's been contracting. So I sort of agree with what you say, Maria.
Yeah,
because,
in fact, in Butchuk, it might even still be a little bit better. No, not that it's not also been hit, but in towns like Oshikango, that I can tell you is a ghost town, because they even used to operate at lodges like Oshikango Lodge and stuff like that.
I know. I've stayed there for
Yeah.
that specific spot.
There's just no activity. There's no activity, and they're not really. By the way, for them to even open up, that's why I'm like, I need to read that article, but I'm not, and I don't want to, because I don't know if how far the journalist went in interview. But like
you don't
I said,
have all the details.
I don't
yeah.
have all the details, but so I don't want to doubt like the credibility of a journalist. But it's just like sometimes it really is just fodder. You don't actually really go and talk to the sex worker, because they don't really talk to anybody. They really you have to build that trust with them before they can talk to, especially not really a male.
Yeah, it kind of has become. But this is, I think the reporter is female, Heleni.
No, this is some male. Right?
Yeah. Oh, is it?
That one specifically.
Yee.
There's a girl that I've known for basically all my life, and who's a sex worker, and she would always be on the Western Bypass for years on end, and I kept on asking her. I'd say, "OC, wanneer stop jy die besigheid?" I said, "Neville, wat moet ek doen? Sê vir my, wat moet ek doen?" And I would stop there on the bypass and I would speak to her. Ek sal mos nie werk kry by KFC goede nie. My kinders moet eet vanaand. So from that perspective, and knowing some of them in the industry,
I would like it to
personally.
decriminalize. It should be decriminalized.
Okay, it's what I wanted to ask. I mean, it's an open secret that we have sex workers operating
It's the longest trade in the world.
all over the country. Yeah, why don't we sort of regulate the industry a bit, put them in unions or what have you?
Yeah.
Anyway, let me welcome some of our guests of honor this morning. Floyd Mlazi Tando. It's really sad about the sex workers. This is the problem. This is what we fear in terms of employees. The Namibian labor market essentially consists of 4 distinct layers: a small managerial and professional elite enjoying a standard of living comparable to that in first world countries; a significant group, that's number 2 now, of formal sector workers who have permanent jobs and low to middle income; number 3, a growing group of vulnerable and casual workers who are the victims of labor marketers or markets that virtually force them to accept any job under any condition; and number 4, unemployed workers who turn to their informal economy like sex work, crime, drug dealing, etc. as last resorts.
Yeah. And
nice analysis.
Yes. And I think just to add, not to really add to that, just to add on the topic, like I think sometimes it's frustrating that our lawmakers are not willing to even entertain these conversations. But I mean, we must on the documentary that they make use.
Yes, they do, Mara.
Just outside.
Yeah. We can get it, you can't.
Yeah, it should be regulated.
Yeah. Fred Buzz, the ladies are getting health conscious and start getting educationally aware. Okay.
Yeah.
Angelique and Estomich, good morning. Welcome to the Morning Mix. John Shombe, do we have sex workers in Namibia? Under which union are they? It is not that regulated.
Yeah, but they do have there is a body that's called, I think, something sex workers. It's actually, they've been making a lot of noise in the media, but it's obviously not like.
Not NAPTA.
It's not a labor. It's not a union.
When Karenambo were telling you people years ago.
What do you mean, you people? Who's you people?
You people who were against the legalization of sex workers. You were laughing. Karenambo was, why we have to. We must legalize sex work more Namibia so that we can legally go, and it must be regulated, and these people, they also have a job in society. Momono now. And people were laughing in Parliament. I personally feel that sex work needs to be legalized.
It needs to be more regulated.
Yeah.
Yes. And we can only do that by legalizing it.
Klaar.
By the way, that front page picture,
Mm.
and this is what I'm saying, fodder. I just Googled sex workers in Namibia because I wanted to find out the association. This is the same picture that was
Ne?
used in 2014
Yo.
for a similar article. This is what I'm saying, fodder.
For the news.
Google
For the
is their
news.
friend.
Yeah. Moving on swiftly. I see Puma Kayumba is actually just going down the comments and liking every comment on the show this morning. Kudos. Now I don't have to do that. Raymond Basson, we miss the Maria sexiness. Come join the guys. Thank you. Thank you. She's here now.
Who said that?
Raymond Basson.
Oh.
And Glenda Bailey. Really, guys, where's Maria? Soccer so early, so much.
Say
Nee,
die
man.
mense asseblief. This is not how you start a morning.
William,
Hey, Glenda gedraf jou.
Willem Jr. Glenda, it seems like everybody that I have sort of come to associate with has either worked with you or worked for you. Waar was ek wat jy almal so geskoep het in die industrie?
I miss her. I haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah, Willem Jr. Toloso. Yes, Neville, in Corona, you just take whatever comes. Watching the Germans Bundesliga is just like me drinking Autumn Harvest in lockdown.
Dooswyn.
Nee, Autumn Harvest is the other one. Crackling. Kring, kring.
Was dit hy bottle?
Ja, it's a groen bottle.
Nee, maar Automavis, jy kry ook in die doos in.
Is it?
Ja, Automavis, dooswyn.
Nee, man.
If you go to weddings, that's most what we'll drink.
Ja, dooswyn.
I've never seen Autumn Harvest in a box, but okay.
Luister hierso, Maria. Before you continue with your comments, are you training?
Training what?
Oh, excuse me.
Training what?
Are you ready for me?
I'm not doing that, Neville. I don't want to embarrass
Hallo, asseblief.
It's my elder.
Nee.
It's my elder.
Luister hierso.
It's my elder. It's
Nee.
my senior.
I am ready. Listen, the people out there, people have been asking me about this showdown that I'm having with you on Friday morning. You see, because I'm the 3-time heavyweight champion when it comes to dancing. Ne? So I will not be put to shame.
There's a difference between what you think when you are dancing and what other people think when you are dancing.
And we've been thinking a lot.
Yes. I had my comments.
Sorry man, asseblief.
I'm definitely sitting this one out, guys. I got 2 left feet.
At least you acknowledge it. Some
Yeah.
people are still delusional.
Mora Masakan. Mora Majita Sekasi. Cubase had said, can we not set up Iron Mike with Neville for a big fight?
Ooh, sa gemoer word kom.
Iron Mike.
I've seen that guy's training video yesterday.
Who's Iron Mike?
Mike Tyson.
Oh, all right.
But Mike's not out.
I thought so, but I was like, why are you talking about Mike Tyson if he's all the way in America?
all the way in America.
I need to show you this guy's training video, Maria.
You need to show us.
The
You just saw us.
speed at 53 years old. This guy punches.
Well, the guy's got issues.
What?
He punches. Apparently, he's defeated every opponent he's ever faced except for the letter S. Knuckles Ferris Q. Through that, he was on loan. Yes, continue. Tagging somebody. Good morning. Hey, so Bundesliga is for champions, says Oh Neville. Wilson saying they said it will start from Monday, Neville. That's the taxi fares. So,
Oh, next week Monday. Oh, okay.
Yubnel, why did Mutorwa say that? Because the politicians still get their salaries, which these households that they nail have to pay.
What is this regarding?
The taxi fares, the
alright.
increase on taxi fares.
Yes, shifting the burden to the house. Apparently, the taxi industry was taking losses. Like we are not all taking losses right now. Okay, let me come down here. Say also my name, Captain Afrikaner.
Wie is het? Captain Afrikaner.
Yes, Captain Afrikaner says, say also my name.
Dis Mutanama van Keetmas Hooptuin.
Kom ek check goed die picture.
Please.
Thank you for listening to the show, though. I like that black excellence cap on your what is this thing on top?
Profile picture.
Cover picture, whatever. AJ Evangelista also joining the show. I'm not going to call you Alfredo anymore. You're
Yeah.
AJ now.
AJ.
Yeah. Jy het mos gebesluit is om kribo, so jy is ook om AJ.
Yeah.
Abiatar MN, can someone balance me real quick? The lawyers that are coming to represent CISA, are they going to be subjected to the 14-day mandatory quarantine? Or are they special?
That's a valid question.
Yes.
They should already
Hello.
be in
Yes.
the country,
Yes, under quarantine.
but also they're not allowed. We're not allowing foreigners
To come in here.
to come in here.
Let's applaud, because this is the most
Yeah,
positive.
because you really thought about something like, I don't even think reporters have thought. Hierdie ander media houses wat ons 'n show kyk. They're probably gonna get out to it.
We need to
But
applaud
it's
AJ for
very, very.
It's a good question.
Yeah. We'll ask. We will ask.
Okay, Shaks Theophane Nyemba, did Maria say she was a sex worker? I don't want to have wrong information. Maria, I'm willing to support you, Nkelo.
There's no shame in being a sex worker, so it can never be something that degrades me. I actually see sex workers as a profession and people that deserve respect.
Oh,
So
yeah.
even if you think me a sex worker, it doesn't. I might be one actually.
No, she's not a sex worker. She's just expensive.
Unaffordable is appropriate.
Some of us want to ask follow-up questions now. Maar kom ons los.
Tena Nambwa, crew, can you do us, the listeners, the honor and read the names of the procurement board?
Yo,
By the way,
yo.
I saw something on social media and I need to check. Somebody was saying this is not the new board. These are new employees.
Okay.
This new stuff, new employees. I don't know. This is what I saw something, and I didn't really go into it, but it seemed like somebody that had some information on this.
I have pretty crappy internet this morning. At least the stream is running without any issues as far as I can tell, but anything else
There's
I try to open is going to take me forever to get to.
Maybe if you guys can just quickly give me a chance to, or maybe Maria, you can quickly just read this media release from Joanna Kambala.
Okay. So this media release is 12th May, which was yesterday, by CPBN. It says appointment of new staff members. This is what I was saying. It's not board. New staff members at CPBN. Okay. The communication serves to respond to media queries received as a result of notice that is circulating on social media relating to the appointment of 14 new staff members who joined the Central Procurement Board of Namibia, CPBN, during the months of April and May 2020. CPBN has a human resource policy which provides for procurers to be followed in the recruitment and appointment of new staff members. The first step in the recruitment process of CPBN is to advertise identified vacancies in the public domain. To attract a diverse number of applicants, CPBN advertises all its vacancies in the print media and on its website. Note that the recruitment of CBN staff members is based on the applicant's qualifications, skills, and experience as required by the particular vacancy. As a result, the institution processes applications as received by the members of the public. So again, this was not a board. All right, this was new staff employees, and they go with the procurement. They obviously go are regulated, and this means generally is if your staff complement is supposed to be 50% female and 50% male, right? And right now you're sitting with a staff complement of say 80% male and 20% female. Obviously, in your next recruitment,
And 10% LGBTQ.
they don't even look at that because being gay or is not allowed in this country. It's illegal. So it's not something people declare.
Oh my God.
But in any event, so they're not even looking at that marginalized group. But so if you have, let's say, 80% male and 20% female, obviously common sense will say your next set of recruitment, you're going to focus on the employment of what? Who?
Women, yeah.
And largely women to kind of make up the deficit. That's why now it's deliberately just women for a reason. So like I said, even yesterday when we were arguing, or some people wanted to argue that it's not fair that it's just women, or they were saying they were calling it a reverse something. What do you call it? Reverse oppression or whatever. I saw some silly arguments on social media. That was never that should have never been the debate for me. And I said it yesterday. I said the debate should have been that they're all Awambo, and that is for me more concerning. I don't care that they're all black. I don't even care that they're all women, because blacks and women have been.
Show me another company that will show you a all women board or anything.
Exactly. So
Then
the
you can
issue
start
was the fact that
complaining,
they're Awambo, and I remember even on social media this debate was going on. Somebody said, yeah, but what if it's just Awambo women that qualified? Now I have a problem with that. 2 reasons. I don't think only Awambo women would qualify.
Yeah.
But let's assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Let's
to be
assume
true.
that the only qualified people are the Awambo women. What does it say about how we're empowering other tribal groups?
Yeah.
That speaks more. If you're telling me that in a group of 11, only one tribe qualified, then it means that the other tribes have been left behind. And that is the crux of the matter. That is already concerning. If you're not even playing on the same field, and this is why it was always going to be a problem that it's all Awambo, because either you're saying that you're not giving other people opportunity, or you're just not empowering them enough for them to be able to compete on the same level as Awambo women.
Yeah.
That is a problem.
I saw I saw a name among those 11 women. There was a name, 21st of March 1990.
Yeah.
Yes.
We interviewed that girl a while
Yes, we
ago.
interviewed her. She was named for
21st March
independence.
1990.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's really her
Kurwa.
name. And she was
21.
saying,
She said
she was
people call her
complaining-
21.
Yeah, she was complaining. She said, sometimes she wishes she had a more simple name, because like her name is always a conversation starter.
Why?
Sometimes she's not
Yeah.
trying to have the conversation.
Would
And it's like,
parents
hi,
do
I'm
that?
21. 21?
No, so she was-
Is that
it
your
was
age or your
independence.
name?
Yeah.
But I mean,
And she wasn't.
And no, she wasn't born on
Independence Day.
No.
She was just named after Independence Day.
eish,
Let me
Interesting.
see that picture actually.
the length people would go through.
Let me-
There's no picture. I don't know.
No, the
where
one you showed me yesterday.
Let me read some comments,
The
guys.
women.
Oh, yeah, read some comments.
Neville Abiata, who was the one who gave us the question about Caesar's lawyers, is saying, since I asked a good question, please tell Meneer to e-wallet me a 750. And Shaks Diope is saying, where did you copy the question?
Yeah. Okay. Also, that's a good follow-up question.
Yes.
Yeah.
So another 750 to you, Shaks.
Yeah.
Neville is paying out today. Josie Motinga, morning crew. It has been a while. I am back now. The crew still alive as usual. Yes, we are. Timo Kalongo. Morning, bananas. Wanneer nooi julle my by the studio?
Wie is die?
It's Timo Kalongo. You're the one who knows everybody.
Ek ken nie. Ek ken nie Wambus nie. Ek ken nie Wambus nie.
Net vir Tatekulu.
What does that say? What does that say about your circles?
That's
It's
the
mos net
problem.
Lazarus, maar dan is ook nie egte man.
Nee, Dyners is van Grootfontein.
Is van Grootfontein.
Jolly Makabanyane.
Eindelijk, nee.
The lawyers going to represent CISA. When did they come into Namibia? Because they are supposed to be in isolation for at least 14 days. Not forgetting the work permits also. And then Puxi Aerodynamic Ananias. Moro mandatory quarantine update. Friday I'm free. We have killed 4 snakes now. Police keeping strict control over access to the facility. For your info, people in quarantine get tested on the 12th day. Results available after 48 hours, and then we get released on day 14. Ek wil studio toe kom en julle die breakdown gee. Mag wake you. He's been in quarantine after, of
should
course,
come.
flying
He should
some
come.
guys to SA, and then of course upon
Oh, the
return.
guy that...
Yeah, no,
I
we would
remember.
love to have you in studio. Yeah.
Ja.
Ons sal praat, meneer. Kanjego Zetman saying morning. Namibians has funny names like 21 March Goeds and Happy Birthday Goeds.
Not like the Zimbabweans though.
Ja.
They take the cake.
Sunday.
Neville,
Charity.
please respond to board misinfo you started.
Yeah,
Jan
it's Jay
Jane.
wat ons
Wat nou?
There's David, come on, you stoked the fire. Spraat no.
And
Okay.
it even said at the top, I just looked at it again, like at the top it says new staff members, like literally.
No, they just heard the procurement board and the
Ja.
board members.
Klaar. We had procurement board.
It's like board member.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, in hindsight, I'm really sitting here now and I'm looking at these pictures of these girls like, this doesn't look like it could be a board.
Yep. Not thinking it all the way through there.
Yeah.
Julle moet skammer.
Humble pie.
Bradley Kubi sê, morning fam, wanneer laat het julle hoeka heavy topics gehad? Sê daar vir Steve Harvey laat hy mee 'n intellectual topic kom met 'n intellectual topic kom soos last jaar. Julle is Afrikaans. You guys write worse Afrikaans than me. And I left Afrikaans in primary school.
Luister hierso nee. We are all in this together, okay? And that is why you guys can comment on the show. If there's a specific topic that you guys want us to discuss, tell us and we discuss it.
I've got a topic though, something that's been grinding my gears.
Tyra aangaan.
Why, private schools in this country are still charging 100% school fees, even though they are not 100% operational.
Yeah.
Now,
There you go.
most if not all, I'm going to assume all, because most private schools, they should have the facilities, are doing online in some form or another. So, and we understand that salaries of teachers need to be paid. So that's not the issue. The fact that teachers are getting paid is not the... We know we have to give something because for them to sustain their jobs. But 100%? How does that make sense if you're saving on water, you're saving on electricity, you are saving on printing, you're saving on so many other... by virtue of the school being closed and no learners running around.
Exactly.
You're saving a bulk. But you're not going to give parents a discount? Like, let us be honest. Like, say, nobody... Like, I spoke to a lot of my friends in Angola with kids in private schools. They're getting, like, up to 50% discounts for kids in grade 1 and 2.
Who was it that was telling me? I think Sammy was also telling me he's paying about only half now.
They're making that for usually, like, preschools and creche because those kids are not even getting online services. So it's like... and even really those parents are just paying to keep us. You're really just paying to keep us a spot in the school for your child, because
that is true.
What keeps doing that? Because the truth is your kid is not getting anything out of that school. You are paying for the nannies that takes care of them. You're paying for, if they were receiving meals at school, they're eating at home now, all their meals. So what you're really paying is just a placement. And those parents have been able to, like, negotiate some discount, 50%, but some are still paying 100%. But, like, for primary schools and high schools, people are paying 100%.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. And then some schools, who we're not going to mention right now, they have stuff like cultural and sports fees as well, that they're still charging to parents. There's no culture, there's no cultural activities, and there's no sports activities.
Yes.
Why are you still charging that to parents? Like, let's be clear. And then some other schools, we even found out, are charging parents 100%, but they've opted to cut the salaries of teachers by 50%. Yeah, so there's some schools here in Windhoek that are paying their workers now 50%, and they've made, their teachers, they've told them that they can only pay 50%, but they're still charging parents
full price.
The full price.
Yeah.
So it's like, where is this money going? It means the schools are still largely benefiting. You really don't have costs. Internet, electricity, like, there's so much you're
We're
saving
getting
on.
ripped off left, right, and center,
Yes.
guys. Everybody is trying to shift their losses onto the end user.
But here, there's no even... private schools don't even have a loss. This is the problem I have fundamentally. In fact, with the schools being closed, what they're actually doing is gaining. Like I said,
they're not spending like they're supposed to be spending.
Like, you know, electricity. I mean, water and electricity bills are very high for schools, especially, like, break time. Kids are running around, drinking water,
leaving the tap open.
It's yours.
Like
because
how?
every time you move, it makes a.
He likes visiting this one. It's normally this one that's...
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
So they're saving. They're saving on utility bills, like I said, in printing and all these other things. But they have the audacity to charge parents. Like, why should it even be raised? Schools should be proactive and say, we know. We feel the pain of the parents. And don't think because it's a private school that parents have... In fact, those ones are generally like the business people that are now under they are mostly employers,
Yeah.
not employees.
Yeah.
Those ones are the ones that are really struggling to keep it together now, you know. And at some point, the school shouldn't even be encouraged. Like, they should open this, just give the relief and say, look, if you don't want it and you feel like you're still okay, that's fine. But if every parent qualifies for, let's say, a 30% discount.
Yeah.
And if you need it,
And none of that
give some
deferred
relief.
payment stuff, 30% that I'm going to pay you later. No,
No,
30% discount.
Yes.
I think there are so many industries that really took a hit. And if I can just think about gyms all over the country,
Yeah.
whether it's Virgin Active. I mean, I joined the gym a month before COVID-19 basically caused this lockdown. And all of these institutions decided, no, they're going to give people a pay relief,
Yes.
or
Virgin
paying
Active
holiday.
did it, yeah.
And Virgin Active has been doing that. What I don't understand is that, like you say, why are schools or private schools not doing this?
Yes.
That is what I don't understand.
We're not asking for zero because, like I said,
Yeah.
we know that salaries still need to be paid.
Exactly.
But, like, really, what is your expense this time except really for salaries? That's your only expense at this time.
Yeah.
Never
Keep-
let is your mic that is gooiing like that.
Yeah, and that's why. I took
Maar
off
ek
my
sit
earphone.
stil.
Jy beweeg. Ja.
Hoe kan ek nie beweeg nie?
Jou groot neus, jy
No,
het
is it
te
alright?
veel.
Hey, Ganji.
And now what?
Hmm?
Can I put my earphones back on?
There's still a shush there. I can always go to plan B.
Oof, it's erg, joh. Anyway.
No
So
worry,
yeah,
there's a reason.
but yes, they should be giving this relief, and the fact that, and just because nobody is saying anything on this platform, it doesn't mean parents are not feeling it. It's just people are afraid either to be victimized, or kids to be victimized, or their kids to lose the spot in the school. So it's like you're doing it because you know you have to.
Yeah.
But it's not really doing it because you know. I know parents that are struggling now, and people say, okay, but there are those parents that paid an annual fee. Yes, okay, there are those parents, but that doesn't matter because annual fee you get a discount anyway already. So if you've already paid your full year, good for you.
Good for
Got your
you.
discount.
Yeah.
The ones that are paying on a month to month obviously could not afford for the full year, and there's a reason they couldn't. So
Yeah.
give them some relief, and they need it.
And for those people who paid that full amount, there's no way that they're going to be getting that money back. For instance, for the months that the school has been inactive.
No refunds.
No refunds.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we're not even focusing on those that already paid the school fees, because
Exactly.
it's like you did it. When you paid, we didn't know that this was going to
Yeah, we
happen.
didn't know.
It happened. You paid the full, but also, like I said, usually with annual payment, you do get a really a good discount anyway. But now on the month to month, let's focus on the new issue. The new issue is on a month to month. You are not operating at full capacity. Give the parents discounts. They shouldn't have to ask for it. Some schools have denied. They've changed their their WhatsApp group settings to where it's just the person that can.
Or admin.
Post.
They're just the admin that can
say
post.
something.
And you can't yes, and if you want to say, you have to say it privately to the teacher, and that's really because they're trying to minimize
them,
the
yeah.
risk of
Mumming
parents
you.
starting to make noise.
Yeah.
But that's not right either.
Never like any wat gaan aan met jou microphone nie.
I'm sitting still the whole time.
So nee, it's alright, I'll make that joke when we go off air. I'm not that cool with a boere yet. I cannot make such boere
Yeah.
jokes. Only Neville can make such boere
Yeah,
jokes.
be quiet.
Yeah. Sandra Onesmus joining the show this morning, my sister-in-law. Mora, skatabola. Chris Kribogreif Mutanga. The problem is the contracts we signed states that whether there is school or not, we are required to pay. But who would have predicted this? Bradley Kubisep, did you notice that even police officers are not safe going to this studio? Afterwards, an arrest follows. Alfredo Ondoje was ook daar om Neville te gaan check. Oh, we're talking about Fabian now. AJ Evangelista. But Maria, aren't those people also paying their teachers' salaries, of which are huge amounts, and private schools don't get bailouts from the government? So I think we should look at it from both sides, you know. Paul V. of Mark Exon Mensa.
No, but I'm saying we're not saying that nobody should pay.
Yeah.
we're saying that give a discount because yes, the only real expense for them is school fees right now.
That all the money that they get from the parents do not all go
to the
fees.
school fees.
Yes.
Exactly. It's for other costs as well. But I'm saying with schools being closed, you don't really have other costs. So
That's true.
give the parents relief.
Kanjero Zedman is replying to an earlier comment, but we did not go to private schools for fun, but for better education.
And that already is an issue.
Yeah, I'm going to get to the to the comment. Klein P private school. I don't know what Klein P is.
Kleine professor, zeker.
Yeah, want kids to end the school calendar December only, and they want kids to go for swimming classes. Okay. Tenanambwa Kitmanzo Private School, their learners are still going to school. Where is the social distance if there is still active COVID-19?
Wow.
Wait, there are kids going to school in Kitmanzo? Is that what you're telling me?
Wow.
That's weird. I've never heard when the fact that it's allowed to happen is like mind blowing.
We're definitely going to follow that up with you, because that is like a little bombshell you're dropping there. Yeah. Louis Diergaard, private schools are businesses, all about profit. Afa change. Kutondokwa. Private is private. Once you go for it, the school gotta be on your shoulder always. Sorry. Okay. Kanjejo Maria, thank you for your question. Thank you very much. I must pay the full amount while I am with my kid at home. Like seriously. Yes. Shaks Diofe, from tomorrow onwards, I will only be commenting in Afrikaans. Good Mr. Cubas. Ik say my next thing. Now, you remember, Shaks and what is the name? Abiater, they've been going at it for a while now.
At each other.
About the comment, yes. So Shaks is saying Abiater got that comment from his sister's WhatsApp.
What comment is that?
Status, the one about Caesar's lawyers.
Why do you have to burst somebody's bubble like that?
No,
Just
it's
let
like-
the person have it.
Now, are you? I can amber say she quite the whole your sister's number because how would you see her WhatsApp statuses? But anyway, the two of them are going back and forth. I'm not even getting involved in that. You can go check for yourself. Josie Motinga, we used to send topics, but Neville is always avoiding to share it. Reply my email, Tochre.
Hey, Josie.
Waar krijg je even Neville's
Anton.
email goed?
That's like it.
Yeah. Jolly Macabanyane, Q-Base, Sefer Neville, Lazarus Jacobs is a bamboo. Who come say he ken nie bamboos nie?
Jolly, most of my friends are Vambo.
Lazarus apparently is a bamboo eye. You remember when back in the day Nokia had to have that like 3210 eye, which is like the little upgrade.
Yeah.
So Lazarus is like a Kwanyama eye. What tribe is he from?
He is Kwanyama. He is Kwanyama.
When is
Does he speak the language?
Huh? He speaks.
when
Speaks quite
when
fluent.
is Fabian joining you in the studio for the traffic update since he's back at work? That is from Sammy.
La 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 la.
No, I can't sit in the studio with him, so why are you asking me?
You've never tried to sit with him in the studio even before that.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Because my energy.
Yeah, I know.
Hello.
Yeah, you notice actually. Eh?
No, I don't.
This year, without even knowing, I just stopped sitting in studio with him. It's a sneer.
You never liked the traffic topic,
No, it
Ukasopiso.
wasn't. It's not even that. It's just I don't know. I can't. Okay, let's not go into it. I don't
Yeah.
want to say like premonition, but really, I told you. I just yeah.
Chadwin is
Whatever.
busy promoting his loan business here.
Maria.
You guys are not serious. Dino Ramos. Right, I think they are charging full amounts because not all parents are paying school fees on time. Hello. No other meetings in
Maria, she
while
likes-
court is in session.
You know, he likes
Like
touching his face. It makes me
whispering.
nervous all the time.
Why you? Don't worry about me.
I am worried about.
Fine.
My primary school principal always used to say, "Moenie fluister nie, ons vry nie."
Sorry, continue.
Most parents still
Okay,
don't
yeah.
even pay ever since January, so I think they depend on the ones that usually pay on time. That's why they're still charging full fees. As to me, I think they should open the school there and have strict rules for the country to slowly open. Kids should go back. At some point, it will happen. There shouldn't be payment for activities that are not happening. Our schools are open now with strict regulations. That is in. But you guys don't have like a little socialist utopia there in Scandinavia, which the rest of the world is not really on par with quite yet.
Not at all. Not even closely.
Yeah. Bet L Primary School in Donkerhoek. Next probleem in Mboi. I'll request wat ek kry is net asseblief meneer Alfredo kom kry die question babas vir die kinders klaar.
Question papers.
Hy skryf hom nog question.
Question papers.
Ja, ons ken niks van geld vra in Mboi. Thank you om Hagile. That is obviously a public school.
Yeah.
Maria, I thought we have something in common, but you never side. You never side with me, girlfriend.
Wie is dit?
Shucks.
Regarding what?
I have no idea.
All right.
Vedic Ayere. Who regulates private schools, right? Do they not fall under the Ministry of Education? They do. They can't just operate like mafias. Isn't this an issue the ministry should look into so all the schools are on the same page? It should, but like, how are you going to tell private schools not to charge people anything? I think, look, that's what I thought the whole idea of that 8.1 billion was, to sort of help out some of this industry that are really getting hit, so those costs are not transferred to the end user,
Yeah, no, you're right.
which did not happen. Firstly, the end user did not even get their 750. And
But the one getting a 750 is not the one with the child in private school either.
yes, that. But then all these other industries are complaining about, taking a hit, and they're transferring all those costs onto the general public.
Yeah, I think there's this false perception about that the people that are taking the hardest knock are the people lower down, right? And that's just not correct. Unfortunately, the employers, like I said, big corporates, whatever, they're taking massive beating. Okay, they've had to retrench people that are in a position to retrench, people that have to retrench to kind of sustain and survive and keep afloat. Those are the ones that generally have kids in private school.
Yeah.
Okay, so the money is already running short. You cannot be paying full percent for a school that's not running optimally. And when I say not running optimally, it's like they are saving. It would be something else if they're not running optimally, but like that, the costs have not gone down. But if your monthly costs have gone down, then you should take that money and give some relief. I think I would be okay with schools just breaking even at this point. Not to make any losses, but just breaking even, meaning your staff, you're not retrenching anybody, like your teachers are getting paid their full salaries as they should, their remunerations and everything else. The electricity that is required to be on is paid for and whatever. But if you want to put money on the side, in the piggy bank, this is not the time for that.
Yeah.
We are... Okay. Nobody is saving at this point.
Yeah, nobody's saving.
Everybody's trying to hang on.
Everybody's trying to. So this is seriously, and if private schools are being honest, which I can't trust them to be, but if they're going to be honest, they know that they are making more money now during COVID-19 with parents, and parents are, by the way, parents in private with kids in private schools are paying. Yeah. Because they want to keep the kids. Because you don't want to
keep
lose
the spot.
Yes, and those that have online, they've been threatened that access to online learning would be removed. So obviously, parents don't want to risk their kids not getting an education.
That's now if you don't pay.
If you don't pay,
then they're going to remove the online
service.
They're not going to get the material.
And some schools have given parents like a form to fill in. Apparently, to fill in if what industry you're in, if you've been affected, if you can't pay for school fees. The problem with that is that it's not a relief. It's to excuse you for
deferred payments.
It's a deferred
you pay
payment.
them later.
You pay them later, but the thing is, if you can't pay them now, when will you be in a position to pay them?
That's how the debt cycle starts.
Yeah, exactly. You're creating a debt cycle. So I think like the more the better option would just to give people discount, because people, it's not that they don't want to pay.
Yeah.
Those they want to, but they really do need some relief and some room to wiggle, just because of all these other expenses and how they're being hit in all the other industries. And private schools, the problem is they regulate, they have their body that represents themselves and whatever, but I'm surprised that the Ministry of Education has not approached them and say, let's have this discussion, because we're concerned for the consumers, who is then the parents that are paying.
Please, not like works and transport. Concern should be for the consumer, as I believe. Zelna Neiman joining the show late, but you're here, and we appreciate you being here. Buta J. Van Beek saying Moro Moro, or Mora Mora. These two are for Maria, so let me just group them together. Dino Ramos saying, why do I have a feeling Fabian was busy asking Maria out? And then Shaks Diofe saying, not only you, but let's just drink our water, boy. Alfred, only Maria and Fabian will know.
I can answer that. He's definitely not macked on me.
Alfredo Jake Evangelista, Neville Basson, Estelle, boy.
Luister.
Ons homeschool
Nee.
ons kinders. Klaar, benefits of the third floor, oh miss.
What?
Yeah, it's
Third floor.
Yeah.
Actually, how are you doing it?
Alfredo.
Third floor is homeschool, kiddie.
Huh?
Are your
Homeschool.
kids still getting homeschooling?
They getting homeschooled through that system.
Online.
Online
And you're still
system.
paying full price.
We were busy negotiating at this
Yeah.
moment in time. So, but I have to be very honest also with you, in terms of the costing, even what we pay,
Yeah.
whether it's the full price, it's quite affordable.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So it would be wrong. It would be very wrong of me to sit here and say,
Can
in
you
terms of
ballpark it
financial.
for us?
No, I can't ballpark.
Just give us a range.
No,
It's
He's
not
going to
like
tell you 12,000
Ah.
groceries and you're going to get
Yeah.
the shock of your
but you're not pointing out anybody.
No.
Why
You
is
have
it
the
a secret?
information, yeah, just share
No,
the
no, no, no.
information.
That information is...
I'm not sharing that information. Ne? I'm like Cesar Namanje here. Okay, I'm not opening my books here.
It's very weird because it's
Yeah.
like you're not identifying the
You know,
teacher.
we don't even know who's
Yeah.
teaching your kids or
Moving
whatever.
on swiftly, thank you. In terms of costing, we are fine. Also, nah, sharp. Yeah.
The
Ganan.
aggression.
Yeah. Is this unexplained links? This is
That's it.
where you will go find GIPF money.
Yeah, we have a pyramid scheme of a homeschool system. Yeah, it works
weird.
for us.
It's weird though. You're gonna answer that question of air, my brother.
Yeah, Excel off air.
Nakatila Angula, I have a daycare. I refunded parents that paid last month. It's just humanely fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is cool. And then somebody said, God bless you. Rent regulators falls under the same body of private schools. So I guess they are useless as far as regulations go. Natasha Helen Nampala, ask him what school do they go to? Who? Neville's kids. He's not going to tell you.
No, I'm not going to
And they're homeschooled.
Yeah, they're homeschooled.
Yeah, and they're homeschooled.
Are you
The
hiding?
school is the home.
He's hiding from his wife that... Nesbar, come on, let's
Shut
go into
up.
this conversation.
Shut up.
I think I know why Neville is not saying. It's zeker vir 'n paar mense gelieg. Die
Ja.
presse.
Ek
And
het
now
gelieg.
if he says he's going to contradict himself. Almal word 'n ander prys gegee.
Hey, Maria, gaan man.
Come on, I can get your kid into this homeschool project.
Ons het gedrink,
This is
dating.
fine, nah.
Ons het
It
gedrink.
only costs this much. Body the man pocket elke man 3 days rand van jou af. You think you are paying for your kid's school?
I think that is how Omigo were.
As jy deur my betaal kan ons discount kry want
Ja.
my kinders is klaar daar.
Ja.
So ek qualify vir 'n discount. So as jy betaal net deur my.
These are the things that Omigo was protesting against.
No.
Okay, guys, we gotta get out of here.
Kijk maar Marianne. She's kijk there, just talking about Omigo, she's like biting her tongue now. Yeah.
We are out of time.
That
We are
conversation.
not out of time.
We are out of time. That conversation is a conversation for another day.
So another.
Yeah.
I see
Okay.
he was sued for $300,000. Omigo. Yeah.
Fancy. And okay, no, it's
For
fine.
what?
Assault with
Assault. So.
with intent to do grievous bodily harm.
Daai man moet hy sak wen.
I'm assuming.
Hy net wat hom gesoek.
Oh. But Omiko has also been extorted.
Yeah, no, the state can also open a case against that guy for fraudulent.
The state cannot open anything. He would have to be the one to open. Verstaan je?
There's something.
I'm
weird
sitting
happening
very
here.
far from the mic.
As iemand geld van jou, jy moet die sak.
Yeah, no, he must. Omiko must.
But now that he's already beaten the guy, I don't know.
Dat was mos, die tijd was het mos sak teen sak, my bro.
Sak.
Jy gaan maak 'n sak, ek gaan maak 'n sak. Sak teen sak.
Vooral dat was met die klap bekleed. Then they all rushed to the police station. The first one to get there.
Sak teen sak.
Someone here says, I know which school, but I won't say. I know it is in Pioneers Park.
Shut up.
Actually, the person said it's in Zimbabwe. I just wanted to test. Alright, let's get out of here, guys. We are back tomorrow. Don't forget you can check out our awesome International Receptionist Day competition on the Informante radio page. And also between 12 and 1 today, Meneer Kaufman and Tatenawanes are going to be streaming live, so you can catch them as well. Interesting show, always has me, laughing.
Julle is 'n klomp story lorries daar buitekant.
Yeah. We learned from the best is you. Yes.
Sharp.
We get back to the music. Happy birthday, Sally Boss Madame.
Oh, where?
It's also her birthday today. Featuring Don Kamati on this one titled Center.
Watch, turn it up. A dirty one, you give me the fever.